Hello students, subject name is Professional Ethics, chapter number 3, Ethical Dilemmas, Sources and their Resolutions. So, first topic is what is an ethical dilemma? An ethical dilemma is conflict between the alternatives where the choosing any of them will lead to the compromise of the some ethical principle and lead to an ethical violation. A crucial feature of an ethical dilemma is that the person faced with it should do both the conflicting acts based on the strong ethical compass, but cannot he may only choose one. So, not choosing one is the condition that allows the person to choose the other. So here the ethical dilemma is nothing but the conflict between the alternatives. So different choices are available, but there is a conflict between these alternatives. When choosing any one of them, that will lead to the compromise of the some of the ethical principle and lead to an ethical violation. So this is the ethical dilemma, and this is a crucial features of an ethical dilemma that the person faced with it should do both the conflicting acts and based on the strong ethical compass, but cannot he may only choose any one alternatives. So not choosing one is the condition, okay, so that allows the person to choose the other condition rather than they choose the particular alternatives. Thus the same act is both required and forbidden at the same time. He is condemned to an ethical failure, meaning that no matter what he does, he will do something wrong. When the people encounter these thought choices or tough choices, an ethical failure rarely occurs because of the temptation, but simply because choosing any of the conflicting actions will involve the sacrificing a principle in which they believe. Like the example, if you are a salesperson, are you ethically obliged to disclose a core weakness of your product of your potential customer? No, because all the salesperson are always say about the what are the positive of their products. Okay, what are the positive potential of their particular products. Okay, so this is the ethical dilemma where we have to choose the one alternatives from the all the remaining alternatives. Okay, next is source of the ethical behavior, means how the source of how the ethical behavior is depend on what are the sources of the ethical behavior. So in every society there are three sources of the business ethics. First one is the religion that we have already studied in our first chapter, culture and the law. These three all sources we have already studied in our first two lectures, first two chapters. Okay, so the HR manager in every organization thus has to be well versed with the unique system of the values developed by these three sources, and these sources are discussed here as below. Now the first source is the religion for the ethical behavior. So religion is the oldest source of the ethical inspiration. So most of the our inspiration, our daily lives or our present scenario is or our culture are based on our religion's values. Okay, so it is the oldest source of the ethical inspiration where we have received many inspiration from our the religion's books, from our religion gurus and etc. So nearly 1 lakh religions which exist across the whole world, but all of them are in agreement on the fundamental principle. So all the religions always teach good in our fundamental principles. They are very helpful to develop our the fundamental principle. So every religion gives an expression what is wrong and right in business and other walks of the life. So every religion always teach us what to do, what is wrong and what is right in business, our personal life, okay, our social life, etc. So the principle of the reciprocity towards the one's fellow beings is found in all the religions. Great religions preach the necessity for an orderly social system and emphasize upon the social responsibility within an objective to contribute to the general welfare. And with these fundamentals, every religion creates its own code of conduct. Now the next one is the culture. So as we have seen in religion, culture is also most important for the ethical dilemmas or ethical principles. So culture is the set of the important understanding that the members of the community share in a common. It consists the basic sets of the values, ideas, perception, preferences, concept of the morality, code of conduct, etc., which creates the distinctiveness among the human groups. So culture gives us the different values based on our it also create a values, ideas, and perception and preferences, concept of the morality, code of conduct in our personal life, in our social life, okay, or in our business also, okay. So when we talk about the culture, we typically refer to the pattern of the development reflected in our society, pattern of the knowledge, ideology, values, laws, social norms, and day-to-day rituals. Now, depending upon the pattern and the stage of the development, culture differs from the society to society. So we have already known that in a culture of or religions or all or samuday or sub or community is going to different from different place, community, society to society, okay, it will be vary. Moreover, the culture is passed from the generation to generation, but it also vary depends on the this all the parameters like the stage of the development also. So culture facilitates the generation of the commitment to something larger than the one's individual self-interest. So culture is nothing but the individual effect. Okay, it is the group where the generation of the commitment is done. Okay, so it is not the individuality. Okay, it is the group we who can develop the culture and culture rituals. Now, the culture encourages the member of the organization to give the priority to the organization goal over and above their personal interest, and culture also serves as a sense-making and control mechanism that guides and shapes the attitudes and behavior of the people. Managers have to run an industrial enterprise on the cutting edge of the cultural experience. So here the culture is also depend on the organization to give the priority to the organization goal over their personal interest. Okay, culture also gives a sense to making and control the mechanism that guides and shapes the attitude or and behavior of the particular people. Also, manager have to run an industrial enterprise on the cutting edge of the culture experience. And the last one, the source of the ethical dilemmas is the law. The legal system of any country guide the human behavior in the society. Whatever the ethics law defines are binding to the on the society. Mostly the whatever the laws are developed for the betterment of the society or betterment of the country or betterment of the religion or betterment of the individual person. Okay, so the society expect the business to abide by the law, and all the person, all the society, all the religions are abide by the law. Although it is expected that every business should be law abiding, set them do the business, adhere to the rules and the regulation. So law is nothing but the rules and regulation that can abiding the business, communities and individuality. Okay, so law breaking in business is common example like the tax evasion, hoarding, adulteration, poor quality and high price products, environment pollutant, etc. These are the causes of the law breaking in business. Okay, so we have to do the betterment of the our society. So we have to abide this law and rules and regulation in our business, in our personal life and in our social life. So these are the three sources of the ethical behavior by which we get the good result in our business, good life in our personal and social life. Okay, so these are the very important for the exam point of view and in our life also. Okay, Now the next topic is the code of the personal ethics for the employee. Means what are the personal ethics required for the particular employee is. The code of ethics is set of the principle for the employee to adhere to when conducting the business to comply with company standards. A business code of the ethics, usually based on the core values of the business, outlines the company mission statement, how professionals should approach dilemmas, and the standard to which they hold their employees. So means every company or every business has its policy. Okay, it's have a own code of conduct for the business, and it also have the old rules and regulation to comply with the company standards. So these are the core values of the particular business that outline the company business, mission statements, vision, okay, and scope of the particular business, how professionals should approach the dilemmas, and the standard to which they hold their employees. So there is a requirement of the personal ethics in every employees. An individual codes of the ethics can include their beliefs, values, and the backgrounds. So these personal code ethics is also depends on their beliefs, values, and the backgrounds, that is already depends on our religions, culture, and law. While codes of the ethics are unique to every individual or organization, they commonly reflect an overall idea of what the general population consider right and wrong behavior, and many are based upon the societal expectation, such as those that teach us not to steal from the others. So a personal ethics also gives us the idea or values about the what is right and wrong. Okay, what to how to behave with other, how to behave with our society, how to behave in our work life or in our personal life. Okay, so these are the personal ethics that keep in mind for all the employees. And having a code of the ethics holds a different level of the importance for the people, but there are clear advantages to creating a personal code of ethics. Since the personal beliefs are usually the formation or foundation of an individual code of ethics, they may refer to it when they are morally unsure about the situation. So a personal ethics and this ethical holds the different level of importance uh, on different peoples. Okay, but there is a clear advantages to create the personal code of ethics in our in business or in our personal life or in our work life. Since the personal belief that the usually foundation of an individual code of ethics, there's nothing but the they may refer to it when they are morally unsure about the any situation. Their code of ethics can provide the guidance to steer them toward an action and or opinion that align with that they believe in on fundamental level. A code of the ethics reinforces individual values and can provide the clarity and stand to follow the path they believe is best. Okay, so these are the code of the conduct that we have to keep in mind while in our work life. Here the sum of the example for the personal code of ethics. First one is I will treat other as I wish to be treated. Okay, means this is the one example of the personal code of ethics. Second one is I will be honest and transparent in my personal and the professional life. Third one is I will always put forth my best effort and I will maintain a healthy work life balance. I am dedicated to continually improving myself. I will keep my promises and honor my commitments. I will remain accountable for my shortcomings or the mistakes. I will always uphold my beliefs and I appreciate my life and will be grateful for it every day. So these are the example of the personal code of ethics that we have to keep in mind while our professional life and from our personal life. Okay, so these are the personal code of the conduct that are of the employee in his personal and professional lives. Now the next is how to resolve an ethical problem, means how we can reduce or resolve our ethical problems. The first one is the gather the relevant fact and identify the problems. In every situation or any circumstances, we have to find what are the facts or what are the reasons of particular problems. Okay, so first one is, do I have all the facts relevant to the situation? We have to ask question to the ourselves also. Okay, am I making assumptions? If so, the could facts be identified to replace these assumptions? Is it really your problem? Can anybody else help? So these are the questions we have to ask ourselves, or by which we have to try to find the facts and identify the problems. Okay, second one is identify the affected parties. Means if the our problems is affected to the another person or another organization, key holders or stakeholders. Okay, so who are the individuals and organization and key stakeholders affected? In what way are they are affected, and are there conflicts between the different stakeholders, and who are your allies? So that question we have to again ask ourselves, that from our problems, who the people or who the individual are going to affect it. Okay, now the third one is the consider the ethical issues involved. Means have you referred to the related core of the ethics? What are the professional, organization and personal ethic issues? Would this ethical issue affect the reputation of the accountancy profession, and would these ethical issues affect the public interest? So while resolving any problem, we have to again ask ourselves this question based on the ethical issues involved. Okay, like the, have you referred to the, like we have a refer the code of conducts of the particular ethics, professional, organizational, personal ethic issues. Okay, then we would this ethical issue affect our reputation and accountancy of the profession? Also it affect our public interest, that we have to keep in mind. Okay, and the last one is to identify which fundamental principles are going to affect it. Means what are the threats to compliance with the fundamental principle are is the integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, confidentiality, professional behavior. Have you considered the following threats: self-interest, self-review, advocacy, familiarity, intimidation? Okay, if so, are the threats are compliance with the fundamental principle are clearly significant? Are the safeguards which can eliminate or reduce the threats to an acceptable level? Safeguards can be created by the profession, legislation and regulation, work environment and individual. So these are the all fundamental principle. We have to identify which principle is going to affect it due to problems. Okay, so these are the solution by which we can resolve our the ethical problems. Okay, by asking ourselves a question in different aspect. And fifth one is refer to the employing organization internal procedure. Means in every organization we have internal procedures. Okay, so we have to refer our problems to the internal resources to for the solution. Means does your organization policies and procedure provide a guidance on the situation? How can you escalate the concern within the organization? Who should be involved in what role and what stage? Does the organization have a right whistleblowing procedure? At what point should you seek the guidance from the external sources? Okay, so these are the points that can help us to solve our ethical problems. They like the organization policies. Okay, there is a organization rules and regulation that can also help in solution of our problems. Okay, now consider the evaluate an alternative course of action. Means you should consider like the organization policy, procedure and the guidelines, applicable laws and rules and regulations, universal values and principle generally accepted by the society, consequences. Test your proposed course of actions. Ask yourself the following question, like have you all the consequences associated with the proposed course of action been discussed and evaluated? Is there any reason why the proposed course of action should not stand the test of time? Okay, so these are the alternative course of action that we have to consider and evaluate while the solving the any problems. Okay, so these are the procedure of the resolving any ethical problems. Thank you.